We're here with one of my favorite people in the game today, Draymond Green.
Oh, you mad again?
Oh, I'm much more than that, my queen. I am irate. I am indignant. I am non-compos mentis. I do not. No, I'm not getting angry again. I've done it too many times on this man. I do not like Draymond Green, eggs, and ham. I don't like him while flying a plane. I don't like him while riding a train. I wouldn't like him while operating a crane. Simply saying his name causes me nothing but pain. Watch this newly erected shrine of hatred for more bone-breaking information if you want. But if you want a quick summary as to why I don't like him, it's because he is a bully. A delusional and sensitive bully. Those are the words for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Delusional, sensitive, bully. This guy just got through calling out Stephen A. Smith for all the wrong reasons because he can't spell accountability.
I haven't talked to him much since. Stephen A. Smith really pissed me off. He's like, yo, it's been hard for a lot of us to talk about you these last few days, okay? It's been hard for me to watch, but I'm watching it because I want to see everything that everybody has to say. Stephen A., anytime I meet someone and they say something about you, it's never like, yo, I like him. He cool. It's always like, man, that dude, he a character, he's this, he's that. And I always say back, I actually know the guy. The guy is actually a cool dude. And then you get the opportunity to talk about, man, listen, I know you got a job to do. I know you got to do your thing and say what you got to say. But at not one point did you say, well, y'all are saying this person is up and this person need help. Now, I know the person. Say what you want about the basketball player, that's fine. But I know the person. And by the way, it just wasn't him. To sit back and see those that claim to know and appreciate me as a human being just flow with the narrative because it was easy to do, I lost a lot of respect for a lot of people.
What the fuck are you saying, man?
Pow, right in the kisser. 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 Pow, right in the kisser.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
The man don't need counseling.
Draymond Green does not
he
need
does not
counseling.
need
Then
counseling.
what does he need?
He needs a straitjacket. Flow with the narrative because it's easy. That sentence came out of his mouth. Flow with the narrative because it's... You went to counseling! That is not a narrative. That is not a narrative. That is not a narrative. That is fact. The sky is blue. The sun is hot. Sexy red is trash. These aren't narratives. These aren't opinions. These are facts.
Fucking sucks. I want to kill myself.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock one time, and they said he needed help. He said he needed help. And do you want to know why? Because you don't just up and hit people. This is something you have to teach toddlers not to do. And this man has been poking eyes, strangling Rey Mysterio's 619 holla back girling players for years now. But when you tell him to get help, he's going to retire. Stephen A. responded to what was said as best he could with Molly constantly interrupting him. My God, Molly is so annoying, so irritating. I know somebody has to have told her to stop doing that, but she just keeps doing it and no one's... I can't get angry at two different people for two different things. Stephen A. said had he had seen this before he was on First Take and he had a chance to do his show, Stephen A. show, his response would have been far more visceral than what it was. He's toned down, he's nerfed while he's on First Take for obvious reasons. And I can see why he would have done that. How can this man say he's lost respect for those who ran with the narrative that he needs help, he needs counseling? What about the players league-wide with lost teeth? All of that because of you. Are their teeth in the same place that their respect for you is gone? You saw how he tried to sit there on Shaq's podcast and make a distinction between himself, Draymond the person, and Draymond the player, as if they aren't the same mule kicking people league-wide every single year, getting away with it, being coddled, being given a slap on the wrist by the Golden State enablers. It's unacceptable. It's downright shameful on the league, on Adam Silver, and anyone else who continues to defend this type of behavior. Until somebody gets very hurt, then, oh no, we should have done something. It's too late. Why even let it get to that point? And this argument right here, I don't want to hear this. Everyone's complaining about the league being soft, but then when you have a player being hyper aggressive and physical, it's a problem? This isn't WrestleMania. This isn't SummerSlam. This isn't Crown Jewel. This is basketball. The league is soft as hell, but nobody wants to see players get hurt. If you want to watch John Wick play basketball, find Keanu Reeves and challenge him to a one-on-one. First, the headshot gets possession. High table rules. Do you not see what I see? He's rabid. This type of shit would get you put in timeout when I was little. I bet you if his contract were in any way jeopardized, he would stop the shit. He would do it immediately with the quickness, like many of them would. They would stop a lot of the malarkey they do. Especially Ben Simmons. My mental health. He talked about his mental health before. I've got this and that. Okay, mental health. Give me that $177 million guaranteed. He'd practically shit out a ball and throw up a rim if that was in order. Was dating pop stars, IG models, and attending the Met Gala prescribed by his doctor? Whose bright idea was it to invite Ben Simmons to the Met Gala? Somebody sat there and said, hey, you know what this party's missing? Ben Simmons. He doesn't do anything. He's working from home. He doesn't even have to leave the house to date any of the people that he's dating. He gets ass remotely. Hold up, I'm angry at Draymond, not Ben. Well, I'm angry at both of them, but this isn't about him. And nobody watching this try to say I'm overreacting. Until it happens to you or a friend you know, imagine you get assaulted in your workspace and nothing gets done to the assaulter. Instead, he gets a ring. He gets a commencement of sorts. A reward for force-feeding you Robitussin in front of your associates. He got fined. Really? What good did that do? Does Stevens Adams feel any better? Probably not, but Draymond certainly does. If someone keeps showing you who they are, believe them. He has shown us time and time again he is unwilling and downright unable to accept accountability, nor does he want it ever pointed in his direction, or else he wouldn't keep doing these things. I've seen countless NBA games where Draymond will outright antagonize certain players, get up in their face, call them out of their name, just as he did with Durant when they were teammates. And I've constantly seen him get in the faces of refs, and he's seldom taken a task for it. They give him an allowance that no other player in the NBA has. He can say and do these things because he's Draymond. If you eject or suspend him, then you are picking on him. And he himself talked about how why should the past matter in these situations? Why should there be other things taken into account? When you do this over and over and over again, unlike any player in the NBA, but we're somehow supposed to forget that just to make you feel better? Stephen A is supposed to kiss your ass all the time just to make you feel better? And Stephen A. Smith has been called out numerous times for supporting Draymond too much. So even when Stephen A. outright bends over backwards for Draymond, it's not enough. It's never enough. That's the sensitivity at work. Now combine that with his delusion and couple that with his bully antics and tactics, and you have a delusional, sensitive bully. Opinions of Stephen A aside, that shows me right there the people who surround Draymond, friends, family, are yes people. Nobody's telling him what he needs to hear. They're telling him what he wants to hear. Or they could be telling him what he needs to hear and he simply just won't adhere to it. And they just look at him and say, well, that's Draymond. He's being Draymond. That's his nature. In one ear, out the other. I would never associate or be in close proximity to somebody who refuses to look themselves in the mirror and have inward reflection. Unless LeBron is coming to Golden State, I don't really see a team up happening. If this man is still on the roster when the next season starts, the Warriors deserve to not make the playoffs again. I take Klay Thompson building houses for pigs any day over Draymond. Because at least I know with Klay, he's going to give me his all on the court, where Draymond can barely stay on it because his antics keep getting him into trouble, and he knows it keeps getting him into trouble, and he's never done anything to change it. That shows me a refusal to commit to the team, an insistence on putting your needs above everybody else's, and sheer indifference towards any and all consequence because you know Daddy Silver will forgive you.
Very thankful to play in a league with a commissioner like Adam, who's more about helping you than punishing you.
Just watch his left hand come up right there.
Oh, yeah. He is an animal.